Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Let's try that again. Yeah, sorry. It's good to be back. Glad to see you all here. I love the fact you guys are all part of the show here. Listen, if you would not mind, do me a favor, share this out on your socials right now. Let people come in while it's live, have a conversation. I do have a live chat running. I love having you guys here. It is a great time for sure. Today, we're going to take a look at the whole ETF, the BlackRock ETF, all that fun stuff, all those different pieces. It's not just BlackRock though. A lot of people applied, a lot of companies applied for ETF. So let's get into what that looks like here in just a moment. So it's gonna be a great day. I think. Let's see here. Bump in. There we go. All right, cool. So speculation mounts that BlackRock Bitcoin ETF will see a green light. It's almost as if they have the ears of the SEC or whatever you want to call them. The good old Gensler and BlackRock, yeah, they're all buddy buddies. I tell you guys, it's going to be very interesting when you see what happens with Gensler and he gets removed. What if this happens right before he gets removed? You never know. In my opinion, we're not going to know until it's right at the last second. But I want you guys to understand. Exchange traded funds. It's funds where you have the actual money going into an asset, like a spot price asset. So Bitcoin price right now is at $30,000, just $30,300, and over the past couple of days, it's been bumping up. So let's see what ends up happening. So, as you see down here, there's another little tidbit of information that we'll kind of. I didn't bring it up, but we'll go ahead and bring it up now. ARK invests add surveillance arguments to applications. So they're actually adding and changing their actual application for a spot ETF. So ARK is done. BlackRock's in it now. There's a whole bunch of in there. So anyhow, speculation is mounting that BlackRock may be in sight of ending a decade-long embargo on the spot Bitcoin exchange traded products in the U.S. Dozens of asset managers have applied to launch such a fund in the world's largest investment market since the Winklevoss twins, the entrepreneurs, and Olympic rowers made the first filing in 2013 when Bitcoin was traded at only $1,000. From 1,000 to 30,000, it was also up 70,000. People freak out. Like, oh, it dropped 50%. Yeah. It's a freely traded market. It will be, at least until the ETFs get in. That's something else y'all need to realize. Why do we need just go stand up a fund that specifically trades crypto? Problem solved. I mean, anyways. The regulator, however, the regulator SEC has repeatedly rejected the applications, citing the risk of fraud and manipulation in the market for spot Bitcoin, which takes place in unregulated exchanges. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all in the chat definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't BlackRock come in here and the exchange is going to be Coinbase? Isn't Coinbase regulated to some extent? Mm-hmm. They seem to know something. Something seems to be different this time. At least that's what it feels like to me. I don't know what I'm talking about, though, right? Just been in this space since the beginning, and I could see this happening. Just a thought for everybody here. Something to kind of pay attention to. So it's not just BlackRock, BlackRock is one of many in the past couple of weeks who have come out and said that they want to set up an ETF. Valkyrie Funds joins the race for SEC approval as it files application for spot Bitcoin ETF. On Wednesday, Valkyrie Funds, a Tennessee-based asset manager offering a Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund or ETF, a DeFi fund, and a Bitcoin mining industry ETF, filed with the U.S. Security Exchange Commission for a launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF. They must be scared out of their minds if they won't let a spot ETF go through. What are they scared of? Well, I think they're scared of your money going into crypto. See, people are used to ETFs. It's a fund. It's doing it through an asset manager. It's a traditional style of investing into cryptocurrency. For various different people groups, getting into cryptocurrency isn't exactly easy. You're not used to it. You're not used to sending money, and people are used to going to saying having a Charles Schwab or E-Trade account or Merrill Lynch account, and they're used to taking money out of their checking accounts from their work or whatever, putting it into that account, and then buying a stock on the stock market. Well, this is not much different with the way you go buy cryptocurrency, but people can't wrap their heads around. I can spend this. It's stock you can spend. I can invest in this. I can save it. I can put it away. I can put stuff to the side, things like that. All kinds of interesting stuff people just don't know how to do. And that's why I started my company, Aster Blockchain Consulting. It's in the list, linked in the description of the video. Did that because I wanted to give people a space where they can go get educated, know what's going on. If you have projects, you know what's going on, or maybe you don't know what's going on, you have projects you want to get off the ground that have to do with cryptocurrency, blockchains, things like that. That's why I started it. I'm trying to meet the world where it's about to be. That kind of thing. Make it so that way there is someone out there who can speak to these things, who can provide some sort of educated wisdom behind whatever you want to go do. And if nothing else, you just want to learn about it, I'm totally cool with sitting down with you and letting you ask questions. Even if you've never heard of it, and you're like, what's this blockchain stuff? Got it out there for you too. Grab some time with me. It's not going to hurt you. I tell you what, man, when I was going through this stuff, learning all these things, I'm the guy who walked off the cliffs with way too many Bitcoin just gone because I figured it out the hard way. Don't do that. Talk to me. Let me tell you what it is. I went and figured it out by learning what it was and how it worked. Just talk to someone like me. It doesn't have to be me. And what you can end up doing is it's not a whole lot to spend. You get a couple of minutes, a little bit of time with me, and learn what's going on. Yeah. Anyhow, let's jump back into it. So we have BlackRock, Valkyrie. We also have another company called Wisdom Tree files application for a spot Bitcoin ETF following BlackRock's filing. Another major institution is entering the race for approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF. It's not just Wisdom Tree, Valkyrie, or BlackRock. BlackRock being the biggest, of course, but there's lots of other ones. Okay. Wisdom Tree is a prominent provider of exchange-traded funds, or ETF, has filed an application seeking approval for the launch of the Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Trust to be listed on the CBOE or BZX exchange. This filing comes in the wake of BlackRock's recent application for the spot Bitcoin ETF, signaling the increasing interest and recognition of Bitcoin within the traditional finance space. Senators, House representatives, all kinds of people recognize the value of Bitcoin as money, a store of value, a transfer of value, and there was one other thing. I've heard people call it digital gold. I don't like to use it as that because it's not. It is a true transfer of value, a true store of value. And I will tell you right now, with BRICS looking, or we'll call it BRICS Plus, is looking at Bitcoin being part of the basket, or being the basket, or being the method by which they transfer between nations. That's a cliff high thing. They are now talking about that happening, and that's more than, I'm going to be very conservative here. I know it's much higher than this, but it's more than 40% of the world's GDP. That's a lot of fiat that's going to be absorbed. Like I keep saying, Bitcoin, crypto in general, is the exit strategy. The fiat currencies of the world are failing. Really, it's not just, I wouldn't necessarily say just that. It's also the stupid the dollar. When people realize how poorly the dollar is doing in the rest of the world, our country, they will not work anywhere else but in our country. Hyperinflation is here. Get ready, guys and gals. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all. So Wisdom Tree. So that is one of, again, many. Fidelity jumps in and is also trying to do filing. So BlackRock went and, so get this. All these funds who have ETFs, who offer ETFs, who create their own or are part of or have them in their portfolios are now following BlackRock. So they must know something. BlackRock must know something. BlackRock must have already had an agreement with Gary or someone somewhere has agreed to do this because as soon as BlackRock did that, all these other ones piled on. Get this. The past 2 weeks, BlackRock, WisdomTree, Invesco, Valkyrie, I think that's what it is, Venek, Valkyrie, Bitwise have all filed applications for the SEC for spot Bitcoin ETF. It hit 31,000 on June 23rd, so the high for the year. Cool. The next run up, y'all, the next run up in this is going to be massively huge. Boston-based financial firm is also part of a consortium that includes market makers, Citadel, Virtue Financial, retail broker Charles Schwab, and venture capital firms Paradigm and Sequoia Capital, which recently launched a crypto exchange called EDX Markets. Do you guys understand that is a very large swath? These funds are a very large swath of the United States financial system. BlackRock takes these. It's not just BlackRock. BlackRock is the largest, but all of them combined is trillions, tens of trillions of dollars. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in. I don't know if you added them all up. It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. Well, those funds manage almost all of the 401ks and the IRAs. When you go to the 401ks and the IRAs and you cherry pick which baskets you want your money to go into, usually you get like 5 to 10 options that you can have in your fund for you, right? Your portfolio. I'm talking about like a 401k. 401k, you have like there's a list that you can have, and you can have all these different ones. Well, those lists that money goes into the BlackRocks, into the WisdomTrees, and the Invescos. It goes into those firms because those firms provide platforms for those stocks, unless you specifically specify a company as itself, right? Those are the ones, they manage the money because people they haven't gone out and educated themselves on what the different companies are. So they just say, that's a good fund. It looks like it's performing really well. I'm going to put my money in that. And then this one, and then this one, and then this one. And it auto-allocates based on percentages you automatically set for. Your 401ks, your IRAs are, unless they're self-directed and you have crypto and gold, silver, etc. things in there, you have, you're helping prop up the stock market. You're providing this money for these people, for these companies, who in turn effectively in very nefarious ways a lot of the time destroy the economy and destroy the value that is your dollar. It is my personal opinion that these ETFs are going to launch, and all that money that is in the stock market will flow into these funds, and those funds will, since it's spot, they don't want the spot price of Bitcoin rising exponentially. They don't want it rising exponentially because there's a lot of people out there who actually have a handful of Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin, a quarter of a Bitcoin. If Bitcoin hit $500,000, a quarter of Bitcoin is significant returns, if you ask me. If you have one whole coin, that's $500,000 off of a single investment. A lot of people would easily go $30,000 and buy a Bitcoin if it was going to go to $500,000. The thing is that a lot of these funds hold people's retirements. And people can't go take their retirement money out and go put it into crypto. They can, but there's a tax liability that's associated with that. And people are unwilling to take that hit to put their money into crypto. I have had customers come to me and they're like, "Hey, I want to take my money out of my retirement and I want to put it in crypto." And I'm like, "Okay, great. This was years ago. Like, how do I do that?" I was like, "This is how you do it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not helping you. I'm not doing it for you. You asked me to educate you how to do it. This is how you do it." And if I am accurate on that, they had tens of thousands of percent return, probably 100,000% return. If I'm not if I really am honest with myself on that, man, wow. I need to reach back out to them and see how they're doing. Seriously, if you took your retirement fund and you put it into Bitcoin in 2000 and when was that? Like 2013, 2014? Guys, gals, those people, they don't have to work again if they don't want to. That tax hit that happened for them, that was taken care of a long time ago. Look, it's not crazy. People just are unwilling to do that. They don't know how to. Again, that's why I started my company. If at minimum, it's to educate the public, the people. That's why I do these shows. At minimum, that's what it's for. If you want to know other stuff, I have a Patreon where I dig into different subjects. Friday show, by the way, is going to be fantastic. You're going to like it. Lots of really cool stuff there. And because we're doing another episode of our suppressed history. Check it out. Definitely check it out. It's not a lot, but it's really, really cool information. And again, I do these shows as my opinion. I'm not trying to influence anyone in one way or the other. I don't want to be known as an influencer. I want to be known as someone who has an opinion. You guys you're here for it. I'm grateful for that. I'm reading these information that y'all can read on yourself, but you're here listening to my opinion about it, my point of view, my perspective, and the education I've gotten over the years behind all these different things within blockchain, within crypto, and I'm trying to incorporate that in here for you guys. And that's why I'm doing this. So anyways, at the end of the day, I want you guys to just educate. Be educated. That's it. Just be educated. Know what's happening. Know what's going on. Connect the dots. I'm really, really good at that. You guys are here and you know that. I'm really good at that. So, but anyhow, we've got Bitcoin at, like I said, just under 30,000. The Dow's under right about 33,000. It's all fun stuff there. They're going to continue to fluctuate. Gold, silver, not going to do too much right now, but when this stupid system breaks, it's going to be fantastic. Divvy has gotten really, really tight. Pay attention to Divvy, guys. I'm going to continue to say pay attention to Divvy. You know, the other project that had similar stuff happen was Matic. They got knocked down a few times. Divvy got knocked down. They continued to build and deliver on the things they said they were going to do. They put it on the roadmap. They're making it happen. Find another project that is in this market done that. Very few, right? Matic, they went out. They were knocked down a lot way the heck back here. Way back here. He had some runs. Let's get back over here if I can get it up. Whoa, what happened? So see how it like spiked up and spiked right back down and spiked up and spiked right back down a whole bunch. Actually, it's not going to let me do it, is it? They got slammed up and down for years. What? Wrong button. Like, that was a cool run. I remember when that happened. That was great to see that happen. Everyone was so excited and then just got slammed back down and then down again. It's the same thing for Divvy, okay? You got to understand. Matic built and built and built and built, and they got slammed and they got built and they slammed and they got built. And then they hit $3 or just about. Divvy's doing the same thing. They're getting pushed up and slammed back down. They're being lots of crazy stuff happening. They have built an ecosystem and they're incorporating all kinds of other features that are bolting on from all the other platforms that are out there that you're going to have a pretty formidable force when it comes to this stuff. Just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Do what you want. It's up to you. At the end of the day, y'all decide. You do what you want to do. Let's see here. What else is one we like to see? Litecoin is another one you really kind of want to pay attention to. The Dixie is up for today, which means Bitcoin's going to slightly come down or sit still, but the banks aren't doing so good anymore still. You still don't have very good things happening in the banks. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, y'all, I'm going to come through and say hey to everybody. We've got Evan in the house. What's going on? Litecoin, LTC, very undervalued considering speed, no hacks. Wimble, etc. You, sir, are 100% correct. I completely agree with you. Litecoin is one of those ones that I think a lot of people sleep on. You've got to understand Litecoin is going to end up being a means of exchange. Divi probably could be as well, or will be. Just understand that's coming down the pipe. We got Lithia. What's going on? How are you today? Thanks for being here. Tom, afternoon, brother. It's good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. We got Rick Costa. What's up, brother? It is great to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. Appreciate you being here. I'm just going to say guys, because that's the proper English of it. And if you don't like that, okay, whatever. I don't care. I love it, Rick. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Tom, what's up, brother? Do appreciate you being here, man. And everyone here, I think, identifies as a patriot. I think we all do. John Gibson, what's up, man? Awesome to have you back and also to be with the tribe. Yes, dude. Thanks for being here. I saw you reached out. I will ping back as soon as I have a second. It's been very, very crazy. So, anyways, y'all have a beautiful, blessed rest of the day, and I will catch you all Friday for Friday's show. And again, tune in to the Patreon Friday afternoon. You're not going to want to miss that show. Lots of cool information. Again, we're going over hidden history stuff. If you've gotten this far in the show here and you liked the content here, do me a favor, help me out and subscribe to the show. And if you wouldn't mind letting YouTube know that you like the content by dropping a like, I would really appreciate it. Well, you guys have a beautiful, blessed rest of the day. We'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.